The discovery of a new planet is a cause for excitement in the scientific community. However, a recently discovered planet is causing even bigger excitement for two reasons. It is nearby and within the habitable zone. Which planet is it that is getting astronomers all excited about it, and have we finally found another planet humans can visit or escape to? Join us as we take a deep dive into scientists' new discovery of an Earth-like planet orbiting Proxima Centauri within the habitable zone. Many people know about the previously 9 and now 8 planets of the solar system. High school science tells us there are 7 other planets orbiting the Sun apart from the Earth. However, what many people may not know is that there is another realm, in quote, of numerous other planets that scientists are just uncovering. These are known as exoplanets, and they raise tantalizing possibilities of deep space exploration. Exoplanets are also known as extrasolar planets. They are planets that orbit a star other than our own, meaning they are a part of a solar system different from our own. The fact is that the universe is massive, and our solar system is only one among billions, and many of them have been found to have their own system of planets. Even though exoplanet discoveries are fairly recent, the idea of planets outside our solar system is quite ancient. As early as the 16th century, some astronomers floated the idea of the existence of these extrasolar planets. The first reference to exoplanets on record was made by Italian philosopher Giordano Bruno, an early supporter of the Copernican theory. He maintained that the Earth and other planets orbited the Sun, which is heliocentrism and was massively unpopular at the time. But Bruno shocked his critics further by claiming that the fixed stars are similar to the Sun and are likewise surrounded by planets. Centuries later, Sir Isaac Newton made a similar comparison by comparing the Sun to other stars in terms of planetary companions. He wrote, "And if the fixed stars are the centers of similar systems, they will all be constructed according to a similar design and subject to the dominion of one." Incredibly, since Newton made that claim, various discovery claims have been made about exoplanets, but they were all rejected by the scientific community as false positives. In fact, as of late as the 1980s, scientists were still unable to confirm the attachment of exoplanets to nearby star systems. But that is science for you. Sometimes it is hard to do science thanks to other scientists. To be fair, exoplanets are difficult to detect directly. This is because their light is fainter than the light of the star that they orbit. For this reason, exoplanets are usually overshadowed by their stars and go undetected when scientists study the stars. It doesn't help that they are so far away either. So the scientific community had to wait until the early 1990s for the first exoplanet discovery by astronomers Alexander Volstan and Dale Frail. The duo used the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico to observe several terrestrial mass planets orbiting the pulsar PSR B 1257+12. It was not until 1995 that the first exoplanet confirmation around a main sequence star was made. That honor goes to planet 51 Pegasi b, a giant planet. It has a 4-day orbit around the star 51 Pegasi, which is about 51 light-years from our Sun. Exoplanet discoveries still cause a stir because it is still relatively difficult to find and confirm them. However, researchers have come up with different ways to detect these elusive planets. Interestingly, the first set of exoplanets discovered were gas giants. This means they are similar to or larger than Jupiter. This birthed the term super Jupiter, which could be misleading as it suggested that most or all exoplanets are gas giants instead of rocky or Earth-like. It was simply a case of gas giants being relatively easier to detect due to their massive sizes. And sometimes scientists are thrilled to discover that some of these exoplanets are potentially habitable, which is why there has been so much interest in the newly discovered Proxima d. Scientists classify an exoplanet as potentially habitable if its orbit is in what is known as the habitable zone of the star. The emergence of exoplanets as a field of astronomy has intensified interest in the search for extraterrestrial life because scientists now know where to scan for possible life-hosting planets. This particular region is also known as the Goldilocks zone. It means the region of a solar system where conditions are favorable or warm enough for liquid water to form on the planet's surface. Water is one of the signs scientists look for when searching for evidence of life. It goes without saying that planet Earth occupies the Sun's Goldilocks zone, else there wouldn't have been running water in your apartment. It is no surprise that the closest exoplanet to us orbits the closest star to us. That is Proxima b, which orbits the Proxima Centauri star. This star is located in the Alpha Centauri star system and is located about 4.25 light-years away. Apart from being the closest to us, Proxima b lies in Proxima Centauri's Goldilocks zone, which makes us start to think of aliens. What if aliens occupy Proxima b and have been observing the Earth too as an exoplanet orbiting the Sun? Proxima b was confirmed in 2016 as an Earth-sized rocky exoplanet. Proxima b is about 1.2 times as large as Earth and between 1 and 1.3 times its volume. It orbits its parent star at a distance of roughly 0.05 AU, or about 7.5 million kilometers or 4.6 million miles. And that orbit it takes only 11.2 days to complete a single loop around its star. You might have noticed Proxima b's orbit is much smaller than the Earth's, and it's still in the habitable zone. That is because Proxima Centauri is an M-type or red dwarf star, unlike the Sun, which is a yellow dwarf. Like many rocky planets orbiting M-type stars, Proxima b is believed to be tidally locked, meaning the same side of the planet always faces the Sun. This is similar to how the Earth and the Moon are positioned. There is also Proxima c, which interestingly is remarkably different from its sibling Proxima b. It was discovered by an Italian research group associated with Italy's National Institute for Astrophysics, or INAF. Proxima c is a lot larger than the Earth and is farther from its star than the Earth from the Sun. The exoplanet takes 1,907 days to orbit its star. Since Proxima Centauri is much less hot than the Sun, it means Proxima c must be significantly colder than the Earth. Another interesting fact about Proxima c is that it was discovered by trawling through old data. The research team combed data from the previous studies of this star from the 1990s from the Hubble Space Telescope, which used the telescope's fine guidance sensors. They found a planet that would fit an orbital period of 1,907 days. They succeeded because previous scientists were looking for a planet with orbits of less than 1,000 days. All they had to do was use another method that confirmed the existence of a planet with a 1,907-day orbit. They also confirmed the planet is very bright, in fact, much brighter than they thought. It also has rings around it like Jupiter. Proxima c appears to be too cold to support life as we know it. But that is not the case with Proxima d, the shiny new planet that has joined the list of exoplanets associated with Proxima Centauri. Notice we have not mentioned a Proxima a exoplanet. That is because the naming starts from Proxima b, so there is no Proxima a exoplanet. Proxima d is different from its two siblings in significant ways. First is the size. In fact, at only 1/4 the mass of the Earth, Proxima d is one of the smallest, lightest extrasolar planets ever discovered. This exoplanet was discovered by researchers using the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope, or VLT. Proxima d orbits relatively close to its star at a distance of approximately 4 million kilometers or 2.5 million miles. To put that in perspective, that distance is more than 10 times closer to its star than Mercury orbits our own Sun. Thanks to this small orbit, a year on Proxima d is just 5 days. This means Proxima d orbits closer to its star than the inner edge of the habitable zone around the star. Because Proxima Centauri does not produce as much heat, Proxima d is not as hot as Mercury despite being much closer to its host star. But that does not mean the planet is not that hot. Scientists estimate that if there is no atmosphere on the planet, then the surface temperature may reach about 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius, way more than humans can bear. However, there is still a lot unknown about this tiny planet, so more discoveries may help us see how hot the planet really is. The first step is to confirm if the planet has an atmosphere or not. The researchers, led by João Ferreira of the Institute of Astrophysics and Space Sciences in Portugal, used the Echelle spectrograph for rocky exoplanets and stable spectroscopic observations, or espresso instrument, on VLT to confirm whether Proxima has a planetary nature or not. The researchers needed espresso's greater precision for additional confirmation because the planetary signal was weak. Before the discovery of Proxima d, the smallest exoplanet ever measured was one orbiting a nearby star known as L9859. It was also discovered by the radial velocity method. This method detects tiny wobbles in the motion of a star. The wobbles are caused by the gravitational pull from the orbiting planet. In the case of Proxima d, the movement was extremely small at only 16 inches per second, or 1 mile per hour, or 1.44 kilometers per hour. It must be said that at this point, Proxima d is technically still a candidate. However, preliminary results show that it's very likely to be an exoplanet. The researchers performed several tests to rule out the possibility of stellar activity as the cause of the signal that Espresso picked up, and they all pointed to a planetary origin being the most likely. While scientists continue to look for and study exoplanets like Proxima d, there is another group of planets that are fascinating and defy what many people know about how planets operate. What is more, they may even host life. These are what astronomers call rogue planets. Rogue planets are elusive objects in deep space that have masses similar to the planets in our solar system. However, they don't orbit a star but roam freely in space. They have no destination but are always on the move. Not many were known until now, but a team of astronomers has just discovered at least 70 new rogue planets roaming in our galaxy. The scientists admit this is the largest group of rogue planets ever discovered and will help them unravel their origins. Some scientists theorize that rogue planets can form from the collapse of a gas cloud that is too small to lead to the formation of a star, a theory that has been applied to Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. Another idea is that they were kicked out from their parent system. And now scientists are postulating that some of these rogue planets could have trapped heat due to their thick atmosphere, and this would help them maintain water in liquid form. And if there is water on these planets, there is the possibility of some bacteria existing on them. Let's hear what you think of these exoplanets in the comments section below.